Okay, quick tutorial. I'm gonna keep it short. 3 sounds. Okay, there's the sucker punch, which is the first one I showed. And that's just like saying head inwards, right? Like you're breathing in and you emphasize on the, like the last part of head, like on the D sound, like. And really the more you do it, like, it's pretty simple to get, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. Like you see a lot of people using the sound really, like a lot of people using it really fast, like inwards and outwards, because it sounds really good, especially on mic. It sounds really good, it hits really hard, and it's easy to keep breath control with it. Like it's an inward sound, so you can take air in with it, which can keep the beat flowing, because a lot of sounds are like they're outward sounds, right? Okay, moving on to the next sound. Now this sound doesn't really have a name. Villain brought it to the game. It's kind of like a fart bass, but of course it's done differently. And really what you do for this sound is like, it's like if you're sighing, or just like, I don't know, just, you know, you've probably done it. And then with that, it's easy to explain, but it's kind of hard to do. You smile, like you do that, and you just grin a little bit, like, you grin just a little bit, and the point of that is to spread your lips so they become a little bit tighter. Now, you don't like make your lips tighter aside from grinning. It's kind of weird, but if you do it, then you'll probably be able to figure out what I'm talking about pretty quick, because you want it to be kind of a higher pitch, or your lips, the flapping of your lips to kind of sound higher, like. And it's a really weird position, especially to go right into during a beat. It's kind of hard to get into it without just going and it looks retarded. But it's easier if you started off with the K sound, like, and you push a lot of air out doing this sound. So that's something to keep in mind, is that you shouldn't do it much without like an inward sound to like keep the flow going, or else you're just gonna run out of air really quick. Okay, and the third sound, rolling BMG. Now for this, I'm gonna assume you already know how to do a BMG snare or a spit snare. If not, yeah, I'll briefly explain it. If not, you just like you take your bottom lip and you put it just over your top lip, and just like you push air out with your tongue, not with your mouth. You just kind of push air out really quick, except you have to press your lips tight, like really tight together. And there's a lot of other tutorials you can find that would explain it better, but that's essentially how you do it. Now, with the rolling BMG snare, you actually do use your lungs instead of just your mouth, and it takes a lot of pressure, especially when you're just learning it. Like you have to force a lot of air out, and it's hard to do. Like it's strenuous to do when you're just learning it. It starts to get easier as you do it more. But now basically, you do the same thing, like, except you push air out, so. And it's hard to do, but you'll get the hang of it. And then you add saying or pronunciating the letters TK, TK, and after that, so. And the faster you do it, obviously the better it sounds. And once you can clean it up and make it not sound just like some weird fart noise, and actually sound like the static sound that a BMG snare is supposed to sound like. And then you'll have that about mastered, and that's about it. I'd say out of all of them, the hardest to do is the rolling BMG. It's probably easier for some people, but it took quite a bit of practice for me. The villain fart bass or whatever, it's generally pretty easy to get. Yeah, there's really not much to say about it. It's not that hard to do. Sucker punch, really easy to sound to learn, and a really useful sound to learn, definitely, because like I mentioned, it's an inward sound, and it's like a breathing control sound, so you can make a lot of patterns with it that are easily sustainable, like. And it's kind of self-explanatory, just learning it, easy to implement in combos. Villain fart bass, it's not that easy to implement into stuff, kind of because of how much air it pushes out. But it's still a pretty cool sound, especially on mic. Like it sounds different on mic. It just sounds more like kind of 808 bass, but not quite the same. And then rolling BMG snares are just a generally impressive sound, especially if you can implement them really well. Then I don't know, they can help you win battles definitely, because they're just a cool sounding, like they sound pretty cool, and they're kind of hard to do too. So one impressive combo I've seen done recently is by Rayul, and he does like the kick roll, like, and then he puts the rolling BMG snare in there, like. Anyways, it sounds really good. So that's about it. I might do more tutorial videos in the future, but I don't know, just putting this out there because these are 3 sounds I know and I think I can explain them pretty simply. So, see ya.